But Ray Rice is going to lose touches because of all those weapons in the perimeter. Des Bryant, I don't think he's going to pan out. He's okay, but this is the NFL. Bryant's not fast. He's a little strengthy, but I don't think he's a matchup for the caliber of defensive backs that he's going to line up against. Let's just leave it at that and go to the next team. Dollars for ass, remember that. They pay for ass. Let's go on next. Good salad with a roll. Thank you, Mr. Oliver. Now, every year, teams take baby steps or teams go backwards. His next team, the Evil Assholes, took another baby step this year. When I saw him draft, I knew this coach was about business. Nothing personal. When I saw him draft Drew Brees, I said, maybe this fella's going to do something this year. But then, the team kind of fell apart a little bit. I look at the roster. Brandon Marshall's a good draft pick. Miles Austin is a good draft pick. Steelers defense, I'm not too sure about. Arian Foster, Matt Forte, I'm not too sure about. So, you know, I guess it's better than what's been done previously. I wouldn't let this team solely ride on the quarterback because quarterback got a tough matchup this weekend. So, you know, what's good is, or actually, where it really fell apart is when you draft a guy who got traded because he broke his leg the previous year. Leon Washington will not fit the role that this coach is looking for. He's not going to be a number one running back. He's not going to be a number one kick returner or punt returner. So basically, what I'm saying is what Coach Jones will see in week 4 or 5 is he drafted a backup's backup in Leon Washington. And you heard it here first. So it was a waste of a draft pick. We'll see. Moving on. Once again. Now, one of the truest teams that we have that pretty much stay on the same path every year, you can bet you know what they're going to do, is the fantasy football killers. Scrumptious out, man. Thank you, Mr. Commissioner. But, get back to the program. You know, every day, not every day, every year, I don't even have to worry about who Dre is going to draft because I know exactly what kind of team he picks. And that's what I'm saying. Every year, his team is pretty much the same. Same concept out of every single team. You know, when I developed the actual idea of using punt returners and kick returners to maximize on my wide receiver points, it was based off of the concept of the fantasy football killer from 3 years ago, even though the rule was named after me, because he had actually drafted Johnny Lee Higgins, and all he did was return like 8 or 9 kickoffs and punts a game, you know, and score big points. So that's where that concept basically came from. But his team basically every year is, he's got people on his team that you know is going to produce. He's got Peyton Manning, Cedric Benson, Chad Ochocinco, Antonio Gates. And then to top it off, he drafts the best quarterback that came out of college for the last 3 years in Sam Bradford. You know, and that to me was a no-brainer because I was looking for Bradford in the later rounds and he just beat me to it because Bradford is a keeper quarterback if you could have got him, and he got him. So every year, Dre steps up, you know, and he's consistent through the draft. He's not up and then down, and You know, it's not about manuals or what's happening on TV. Basically, it's doing your homework and knowing what you want. So good job, good draft, another consistent draft by Fantasy Football Killers. Now it just comes down to coaching and playing out week to week, subbing, and making sure you can keep the best talent. That's the hard part. You know, you pick the team, now let's see if you can manage them. Next. Good salad, man. Good salad. Another expansion team in the Chicago Gorillas. You know, when you go to Chicago Gorillas, the team basically just moved from the north side of Chicago to the south side of Chicago because that last owner they had there, he sucked. You know, when Coach Bell sold this team down the river to the south side, you know, there'd be some knuckleheads they wanted to try and get aggressive. Well, first improvement I can see is Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is a great fantasy football quarterback. Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, but doesn't have the Rodgers because Aaron Rodgers' technique to me is better than Drew Brees, and he's stronger, and he's faster. So that's what I say. Now, after Aaron Rodgers, Sean Green will get a lot of touches. I don't know about red zone touches. Vernon Davis is an outstanding pick because all he does is score touchdowns. So you can best believe you'll get probably 35 touchdowns between Aaron Rodgers and another 10 between Vernon Davis, and then you got Randy Moss. So that's three right there, three studs. And then, you know, another thing what I like to do, I know you guys can't see the teleprompter, is I like to look at the pre-ranking of the positions selected and see how guys are drafted. Well, I see the number 3 quarterback in the position, and that's pretty much what I said, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers. Actually, it's not that way in fantasy football. The number 4 wide receiver in Randy Moss. The number 2 tight end in Vernon Davis. The number 4 defense, I don't agree with that for this year because of, what's the guy's name, the safety, who won't be there until week 6. So I take that one, but for the number sake, it's number 4. And the number 3 kicker in Ryan Longwell, who kicks indoors. Then he's got to go to Detroit for a 9th game. And then a 10th game in New Orleans. So that's 10 games this guy's kicking indoors. Everybody knows field goal kickers like to kick indoors. So that's a great pick. You know, so this team is pretty much, is totally different from where it was the last 3 years from the bum who sold them down the river.